Picture this. You're at the grocery store, staring at two brands of pasta sauce. Suddenly, you start muttering, okay, this one has more basil, but that one is cheaper. Wait, do I even have garlic at home? People stare. They scoot away. Society tells us that talking to yourself is the first sign of madness or extreme loneliness. But look at the guy next to you in the history books. Albert Einstein, Steve Jobs, the world's best coders. They all did it. What if I told you that you aren't crazy? You're actually using a high-level cognitive strategy called external processing. You aren't losing your mind, you're just upgrading your RAM. Imagine your brain is a subway station during rush hour. Thousands of thoughts are pushing, shoving, and screaming for attention. It's pure chaos. When you keep it all inside, it's just noise. But when you speak out loud, you become the traffic controller. Your voice forces those chaotic thoughts to line up single file and exit the station one by one. You aren't talking because you're broken. You're talking to create order out of the internal anarchy. You are anchoring your focus in the physical world. Let's see which type of vocal thinker you are. We usually find three distinct species in the wild. First is the rehearser, also known as the masker. You walk around muttering, I should have said that, or when he asks about the report, I'll say this. This is your brain's way of managing social anxiety. You are running a simulation. By vocalizing the script, you are calming your amygdala, preparing it for future scenarios so you don't freeze up when the real show starts. Second is the ventilator. You drop something and shout, oh, you are such an idiot, Dave. It sounds harsh, but this is emotional regulation 101. By labeling the feeling and blasting it out, you actually dampen the emotional centers of your brain. You are physically venting the pressure so your logic circuits can come back online. But the most powerful type is the debugger. You sit there narrating your work. Step 1 complete. Now, why doesn't step 2 fit? I missed a variable. In the programming world, this is called rubber ducking. Programmers carry rubber ducks to explain code to, line by line. Why? Because complex problems often hide in the vague fog of your mind. Speaking forces that fog to condense into solid, concrete logic. You can't fix a problem you can't see, and your voice makes the invisible visible. You aren't mumbling, you are troubleshooting a complex system in real time. Why does this work? It's all about anatomy. When you think silently, your ideas float in an abstract, misty state. But the moment you engage Broca's area, the language loop, you force those abstract ideas to become concrete structures. This process activates the prefrontal cortex, the CEO of your brain. Think of cognitive load. Your working memory is like a small whiteboard. If you try to hold a 10-step equation in your head, you run out of space. Speaking is like writing that equation on the wall. It offloads the data from your internal RAM to an external speaker, freeing up processing power for the next step. Furthermore, there's a trick called self-distancing. When you say, you can do this, Sarah, instead of I can do this, your brain shifts from experiencer to observer. You stop drowning in the emotion of the problem and start looking at it like a wise coach on the sidelines. Let's rewind to your childhood. Psychologist Lev Vygotsky discovered that all children use private speech between ages 2 and 7. They talk to themselves through tying shoes or building blocks. It is the primary way humans learn self-control. As we grow up, society shushes us. We are told to internalize that voice. But for many of us, especially the creative and the analytical, that internal voice is too quiet for the noise of the world. By talking out loud as an adult, you aren't being childish. You are reconnecting with the most primal, effective learning software humans have. You are refusing to let social norms stifle your cognitive throughput. So stop feeling embarrassed when you catch yourself debating with yourself. It's just an executive board meeting, and you are the chairman. If you're worried about staring at strangers, put on some headphones. They'll just think you're on a call. Or get yourself a rubber duck. It's a great listener and never interrupts. Now, tell me in the comments, what is the most common phrase you say to yourself? Is it a pep talk or an insult? Let's discuss it below.